Hey y'all, I'm so excited to share this chapter with y'all. I think I say that on every video, but for real, I'm for real this time. And share this with your kids too. I want to make sure that you get in a free complimentary Zoom call with me, with myself, possibly even one of my associates, and get your spouse, your partner, your children. If you're a teacher, I can come into the classroom. My vice president and we can come in and do a financial workshop wellness in there because kids need to start learning this. Why? Because we didn't. When do they need to start learning it? Now. Wouldn't you have liked to have known as a child? Let's just even say, I know I would, elementary school, middle school, high school. So some of y'all that don't know me and that know me, hi, welcome. My name is Elizabeth Hardin, and I have a money story, just like you have a money story. We all come from a money story. And today in the story, I'm going to share with you some of the places that everybody wants to say, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. I wish that I would have known this. I wish my family, my legacy would have known this. And well, guess what? Get over it, okay? I come from a trauma money story. I'm here to change the trauma money story for myself and you too, because we need to change it. We need to take ownership of it, and we need to do it fast, and we need to do it now. I am 54, soon to be 55 this year in 2025. I'm on a mission to help my family, myself, my family, and your family, and about 25,000 more families and more, because that is the way that I can help leverage what all the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Okay? So, what I'm about to tell you today is one of my favorite chapters in this book, this book I consider to be the most wealth of knowledge. I think it's worth billions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars, millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and for you, it is free on therealmoneyworks.com. I'll make sure I put it in the link below. Now, so don't worry about it. Stressing out like, I'm going to get it to you, or push pause, go find it, follow along with me as well if you're that kind of a person, like I probably would be. I understand that too. And know that I want to help your children as well. We are on the chapter today. I like to call it the chapter. I like to call this the money class, the reset class, the gospel of money. This is the word. This is the wealth of knowledge. This is the love money class, because we are either holding on tightly to the past and to the woulda, coulda, shouldas, and to the lack, which is a tight fist, or we are holding our hand open to abundance and wealth and wisdom, I'm going to call it. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to wrap it on top of that all that story in the money, and we're going to bring them together, loosen up that story, rewrite a story. Okay, so we're either compounding negative or we're compounding positive. We're compounding something, and we're either doing it slow or we're doing it fast. So in today's segment, I'll call it, it's called Discover the Rule of 72. So I want you to put in a comment below, have you heard of the Rule of 72? Sí or no, yes or no, and let me know. And if you have, where'd you learn it? And if you haven't, don't worry about it. Most people haven't. So again, what I love about this class, this company, is that it doesn't matter what age you are, you get to come here and you get to begin and you can start compounding. Now, I'm going to give you a little hint during this and in our one-on-one session, our not even just a one-on-one, myself, my people, and I coming into your community and helping to, doesn't matter what age you are, because we can help show you how to leverage kind of to make up lost time is what I'm going to say. So yes, it might really, I'm going to use the word suck, Suck that we didn't learn this in elementary and middle and high school, in college, in trade school, in the hard knocks road of life, from our family, from our ancestors. But stop and take a breath. Time is going by fast. And the one beautiful thing that you can control, because there's a lot, we'll face it, most humans are control freaks, is that we can control the positive or negative of what we're compounding and get the right education, do something about it, and then put and spread on the ripple effect of the world, showing a lot of people how to do the same thing. That's not going to make up for your lost time and create a lot of wealth. Compounding wealth. We're either going to compound the same thing that isn't working, or we're going to change the insanity and compound something that works. Well, this has been proven for decades and decades and decades and decades that this works. So again, we'll go into more depth in a our personal conversation, but for this video's sake, I'm going to speed up quickly and just show you some nuggets from this. And again, you can read more in on your pamphlet and ask me questions. Bring it to the Zoom conversation. Bring it to the live conversation. If you live in the Tampa Bay area and you want to meet live, I'll buy you a beverage. We'll go through it. We'll have a conversation. We'll make you $1 million compound game plan and start you on the journey. I'm 54. It's not too late for me. It's not too late for you. I don't want to ever hear any excuses. And it's time to create the legacy, because if you're listening to this, then you were the one designed in your family to be the change maker. So if you're on my team, that's what we're called, the change makers. We are associated with in the firm of Legacy Wealth Builders. And we are created in a bigger world on the New York Stock Exchange with an amazing company that I'm sure you probably heard about, but we don't advertise. So I'm going to put you to a pop quiz later on and see if you know who I'm talking about. So discover the rule of 72. Albert Einstein said he called compound interest the most powerful force in the universe. Why weren't we taught this in school? You can't win the game if you don't know the rules. So this is the rule book. This is the playbook. This is the $1 billion way book is what I like to call it. So again, do you know the rule of 72? Divide the rate of return, the ROR, the rate of return, into 72 to find the approximate number of years it takes your money to double. Okay? 72%. Based on the rule of 72, a one-time contribution of $10,000 doubles 6 more times at 12% than at 3% over 48 years. Now, in this example, they're talking about 48 years. They're using $10,000. They're talking about 3%, 6%, and 12%. Okay? 3%, 6%, and 12%. Now, 3% is good. Now, over here, what they didn't list is what most people keep their money in, is that's called the bank at 0.0 nothing percent. Your money's not going to grow in the bank. Now, is it going to get better in the 3%? Sure. It shows here that at 3%, $10,000 compounded with this rule, it'll take you 24 years to make 20 grand. How does that work for you? Not for me. It takes 48 years for 40 grand. I mean, come on. I mean, it's better than nothing. But wouldn't you want to do better if you could? 6%. At 12 years, that 20 grand. So it takes half that time. 24 years instead of 20 grand, you're going to get your 40 grand. At 48 years instead of 40 grand, you're going to get 160,000. Okay, sure, that's better. But wouldn't you want to do better? So it's been proven that over 30 years, historically, you can look it up. In history, it says for over 30 years that we're getting at least, it's really almost 11%, but 10 point something, 98% So we always like to say between 9 and 12%. Okay, so depending on where your girl, your guy puts you in a package to help grow your money. Okay, now of course we want to put you in the highest possible. And this one, it is using the example of 12%. So we're going to go back to that 12 years. So either nothing at 3%, 20,000 at 6%, or we're going to get that 40 grand. That's way, way, way better. You only have to wait 12 years for your 40 grand. Okay. At 24 years, you get at 3%, it's 20, 6%, it's 40. Well, now you're at that 160,000 grand. Okay. Okay. 24 years is better than 48 years because I'm 54. I don't have 48 years to wait. Okay. I mean, I plan on being alive, but I want more money now. And there's another way besides this to show you how to leverage to make up for that lost time, and I'll tell you that in our appointment. 48 years at 12%. Anybody have a clue? A guess what that might be? Put it in the comment. $2,560,000. Okay, you want 40 grand? All right, we'll go back to the bank. Nada. Almost nada. 40 grand, 60 grand, or 40 grand, 160,000, or 2,560,000. Now, of course, we're all going to say this one, but there's one key difference between here and here. Anybody know? Action. Allowing. You have to allow yourself to say, I want to sit with somebody and I want to talk about this. I want to sit with somebody and I might feel uncomfortable talking about this because I might feel like I should know it, or I've made a lot of mistakes, or I feel stupid, or I feel like a failure, or listen. I want you to take a breath. Put your hands on your heart. Give yourself a hug. Put your hands on your knees, whatever you need to do to ground yourself. Take a breath. And I want you to start compounding some breaths of gratitude that you are the chosen one in your family to make the change, to make the difference, to compound love, to create a lot of wealth, and that you do not need to feel guilty around wealth. You do not need to feel insecure around money or wealth anymore because we got the answers. See, we feel insecure when we don't have the knowledge. So we're going to turn the insecurity into security. Oh, yes. Did anybody hear that one? We're going to turn the insecurity into security. So we're compounding it with the right knowledge. Okay? And what is that going to take? That's going to take saying, I do want to sit in an appointment with you, Elizabeth, you and your team, your associates and hey, maybe I might even want to come on board too. You say you got part-time, you say you got full-time, you say I can come on and be a silent partner and get it for my own education. Oh, all right. There's a place for you as long as you want to have a place for you. There's a place for you as long as you want to have a place for you. So there's a place setting at my kitchen table for you. Whether that kitchen table is through Zoom or through live, we're going to pull up at the table together. We're here right now. I switched to some little homemade cold brew I made. And bring in a conversation that I'll tell you my money story and I'll tell you my recovery story. And I'm going to show you how I have rewritten and rewriting my story, but it's going to take you getting uncomfortable to get comfortable. And I promise that I will hold your hand the whole way and you'll be comfortable. But without having a $1 million game plan, without having the $1 million game plan, which is this, and been sitting with somebody like myself, somebody on our team, then you're never going to get there because you can't do it alone. And I sat in a corner alone because I felt stupid. I felt like a failure. I felt like I should have known this. Why? It took me a long time to figure out that. We got to know our why. Well, I guess I thought I should have known it. I guess maybe because they did, and maybe that, and maybe because those books are on my shelf, and maybe. Well, guess what? Enough of that. That's just old stinking thinking. And it's time to put on a new breath of thinking and compound that thinking, and let's do this thing together, okay? So email me right now. Get on in an appointment with me. I get excited. Text me, call me. So email me at holisticfinancialcoach@gmail.com. holisticfinancialcoach@gmail.com. Okay? You can text me. Make sure in that text you tell me your name. How did you find me? And that you want to get in on a Zoom call or an in-person call with me if you're in the Tampa Bay area, or drive to Tampa and we'll meet and I'll buy you a beverage. Get your PIN out. This is only for USA citizens. 727-294-0109. Now, I'm bringing my personal stuff to the table. I'm bringing my vulnerability to the table. And the reason why is that most people don't know that love is found in vulnerability. So we're going to bring back love and vulnerability around money in the story and rewrite the story. I'm going to share more about why it pays to start to invest early. That's huge, but guess what? Like I told you a few minutes ago, it's not too late. I have another plan to show you how we can leverage, how to make up for some time. And again, using time and consistency as our fuel. We're going to talk about the power of compound interest. We're going to talk about how just investing just a little bit more, how it has a bigger impact in your life and in your family's life, your legacy, your community's life. How don't pay the high cost of waiting, kind of what we have already talked about. What it looks like if your family would have invested $1,000 into your life as a baby, what that would have looked like, and how easy something is if it's all around allowing, making choices, and having a roadmap. So this is our GPS, our university, our love map, I'm going to call it the love GPS map, because it has so many good nuggets in here. One of the biggest things I'm going to share with you, there's about 5 great things about saving and investing, but really the biggest thing that I want to share with you on here is that it says we've got to really imprint in our brain and start really allowing and considering it like, bills aren't a bad word. It's not a dirty word. Saving and investing isn't a dirty word. So putting your saving, your investing money in your budget, your bill money. So yes, you might have to take out something luxurious for a little while until we can build up some money to then bring back that luxury. But this investing, the compounding, the interest, the rule of 72 has to be in the budget, or else we're never going to get out of the hole. We're never, the only way to get out of the hole is through the rule of 72. So I'll help throw the rope, throw the line, help get you out of the hole, help get you there. But you have to grab onto the rope. You have to want help. And it took me a long time to really let my pride down, my anger, my shame, my fears, my thinking I should have known this, my anxiety, and I found safety. And I found it in my insecurity, because I decided the only way out of my insecurity was through security, through safety. And I had to go look at the biggest nugget that was in my entanglement, and that is that I didn't know this information. And so that is why it's my passion to share it with y'all. Again, this is free information, complementary information that the company has designed to help you, your family, your community. But the only way to do it is to get in a appointment with myself, with my associates, our firm, our team, and get to making the change to create the legacy of your dreams. We are Legacy Wealth Builders, the lion. Roar! It's time to hear your roar. Let's go big in 2025. And please share this with your community. I look forward to hearing from you. And the next video, please make sure you stick around from it. It's also one of my favorites. Might say that again in every video, but again it is I'm going to be sharing buy the right kind of life insurance. Okay? Did you know there's a right and a wrong kind of life insurance? First of all, no insurance is a wrong kind. And there is a wrong kind. I had it. I actually got it from a personal friend of mine. Bless, rest their soul in peace. And now I get to create the legacy, change it. I have the right life insurance now for over a decade, and I can share it with you. I have my license, and I'm going to share you why and there is a difference and what the difference is. I look forward to that. And I also look forward to sharing that I like to call it income replacement insurance. Okay, my last big nugget. Some people call it life insurance, death insurance. I like to call it income replacement insurance because whenever we're not here, it's going to take care of our legacy after we leave. I have a big passion talking around death, transition. My first client was my father when I was age 11. I begged him on the deathbed, please, the transition bed, please, let's get life insurance and put a will. But of course it was too late. My 11-year-old self didn't know that, but it was too late. But I associate that with he was my first healing client because he didn't allow himself to make the choice and change legacy because he allowed fear. He leaned more into fear. Even though he was a very faithful man, he seated God in me, he still let fear take over. I said it in one of my videos that the same energy that is fear is the same energy as excitement. The same energy as fear is the same energy as love. So it's time to lean into the word fear. There's the word ear. And what is it in the fear? So one of my money fears was, well, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't happen? What if? What if it's what if? Well, what if? What do you mean? What if I don't start it and I don't try it and I don't know? So if we allow a block to stay a block, then that's what's ruling us. So what we do have this thing, it's called the good control, the good ego, the bad control, the bad ego. What control is controlling you, and all pride goes into the bad ego. So it's time to drop and really, get into let's just drop the pride. When I dropped my pride, when I dropped my fears and I leaned into, I really needed help. 911, 911, God, is what I used to say. Help, I need the answers. Well, here's the answers. Here's the answers. It's not hard, it's just different. So will you allow yourself to have some difference in your life by changing your mind and having a different conversation than your past story that didn't work out for you? That was a lot of D words, okay? Get in an appointment with me, 911. It is time. Holistic Financial Coach, Elizabeth Hardin, 727-294-0109. It's an honor to be with you on this journey and change the story. Let's go 2025. Let's go.